Hey everybody, this is Kevin Davidson, your host for Kevin's Corner Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective. This is episode number 18. I'm getting up there in episodes, so if you haven't checked out the podcast, come by the YouTube channel, Kevin's Corner Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective, and check out the podcast. A lot of great episodes, a lot of great agents and vendors. I also want to start off the episode by thanking my support, of which I couldn't do this without them. Jennifer Smitis, the area vice president, Caitlin Cornick, Devaney Devon, escrow officers in Sugar Land, and Wendy Santana in Richmond. Also in saying that, if you are a real estate agent in the Fort Bend County area and you want to be on the podcast, give me a call. Or if you're a vendor that operates in the Fort Bend County area, give me a call. I'll be happy to put you on the calendar, 832-654-0527, or email me at kevin.davidson@stewarttitle.com. So let's get started. Kevin's Corner, real estate from a marketing perspective. Look at this distinguished young gentleman sitting next to me.
I like the young.
And we both go to the same hair club for Ming.
100%.
100%.
Same barber.
So this is Robert. Weber, say hi, everybody.
Hey, guys.
He is with Silverback Self Defense. Why don't you tell everybody what you do and why you're here?
All right. Well, thank you. First of all, thank you for the invite. I
Not a problem.
appreciate being on the podcast. Silverback Self Defense is a mobile self-defense training company. What we do is we go to our clients. We do individual training. We do family training. We do group training and corporate training. We do hand-to-hand training, firearms training, and we have a whole line of non-lethal personal protection products. So we teach from 7 to 75, anything you need to help you feel safer.
7 to 75, number of people or age?
Yes.
Okay, that's one way to answer it.
Yes.
Be a little bit more specific about what the hand-to-hand or the what is it, the combat part?
Yes.
Tell everybody what exactly that means.
So we are working in a self-defense system that we created that combines 3 different disciplines to be the most effective, easiest to learn and remember self-defense system. And it's based on what actually happens to you in a self-defense situation, so that way you learn how to defend yourself in a real-world situation.
Mm-hmm. And so this is really good for real estate agents.
100%. Because second to nursing, doctors, hospital staff, real estate agents are the second most attacked in their job behind hospital staff. Hospital staff's number 1, real estate agents number 2. Every single day, agents have an opportunity or a chance of someone going to them or wanting them to go somewhere, and their method or their mode is going to be something that's going to happen to them where they need to learn how to defend themselves.
Yeah, and it's interesting because every once in a while, I mean, I'm sure it happens more often in other parts of the country, but every once in a while you'll see a news, story, or you'll read something about how some, a real estate agent got in trouble when they were just doing their job and showing a house.
Well, yeah, and according to the National Association of Realtors, 40% of agents have said they felt uncomfortable or had something make them feel uncomfortable on the job. Mm-hmm. And the statistics are even higher for as far as being actually attacked. Most of the time, what people don't realize, most of the time the reason for the attack is robbery. The person is has set them up, they want to rob them. It's not something where they're trying to physically harm them, but then the agent decides that they're going to fight back, and then it gets in a worse situation.
So we don't need to take up the entire podcast with this to answer this question, but what are a couple of things that you would recommend that agents either look out for or not do when they're on location?
Well, and a lot of times what we talk about is vetting your clients and having some type of procedure where you're not going to get a phone call from someone you haven't met before you go out and you're going to meet them at a house, and you're going to meet them at a house alone. Every step that you make a client take makes it harder for them to be a criminal, because criminals don't want to be caught. Criminals don't want to be seen. Criminals don't want to be known. So every step you make that makes it harder for them to get you by yourself is going to make you safer. What the problem we run into a lot of times with agents is, especially in a down market, is they need to make a sale. They're willing to do things they wouldn't normally do. And so they're willing to take a chance and do something they might not normally do, and then that puts them at risk. The other thing is to try to make sure someone always knows where you're going to be and what you're going to be doing, whether it's someone in your office, someone in your life, someone that has the opportunity to make sure that if something's going wrong, you're supposed to be in Sugar Land and your phone is in Galveston, they know something's happened and you're not where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, one of the things that I hear a lot from you, because we've been working together for what?
4 years?
3 or 4 years now. The biggest thing that stands out to me with everything is real estate agents should not go into the property before the client.
No, you always want to make sure that you never want to have someone behind you.
Right.
So no one ever has your back. So if somebody has your back, you're vulnerable because obviously you can't see what's going to happen. So client goes in first, you go in afterwards. When you hear about agents getting attacked or when you see a video of agents getting attacked, especially at the front door, it's because the client is behind them and it's easily to be attacked because they can't defend themselves. And then once you're inside of the home, thinking about having your back up against a wall once you're inside of a home to where they can't get behind you inside of a home.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that Robert can teach agents as well as just the general public, but we're in the real estate industry, so teaching agents what to do and what not to do about staying safe while you're at a property or on location, just doing your job. The other thing that you do that we partner with a lot on is you do a lot of firearm safety classes. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about that more in depth?
Sure. Well, obviously a couple of years ago, the state of Texas passed constitutional carry. That was one of the big things that happened recently.
One of the most awesome things.
Well, yes and no. Yes.
For me, yes.
Yes and no.
Don't argue.
Yes and no. Because then people are now buying a firearm and getting no training whatsoever.
I know.
And so you have seen incidents of firearms being used more often. Crime rate has gone up. Murder rate has gone up because people don't learn the use of deadly force laws that you would have to learn in a license to carry class to understand when you should and when you could. The answer is never just shoot everybody.
No.
But having an agent understand, one, how to operate a firearm safely, two, how to do it where they're not a danger to themselves, and three, how to understand the laws that go along with that are our main goals and objects in teaching our classes. We want to make sure if an agent decides they want to arm themselves, that they're gonna understand what to do and how to do it, and do it safely.
Yes, but you also take agents to the gun range and actually show them how to use a firearm.
100%. Yeah. So we have two different programs. We have what we call basic pistol safety and shooting, where they're learning literally pistol in a box. They don't have to even own a pistol, and we'll show them how to use it. Then we have what's called concealed carry training, where they're actually wanting to carry on their person, and we teach them how to carry on their person. Two different seminars for two different people. The one thing that most ranges don't let you do is actually draw from a holster inside of the range. And so it's very hard for somebody to understand how to draw from a holster if they don't ever practice drawing from a holster. How are they ever going to learn to draw from a holster in real life?
Right.
And so taking that class and doing that class is a big deal to give them the repetitions to make them feel safe about using a holster on their person, then they can do it in their everyday life.
Yeah, and just so everybody knows, I'm licensed. I went through Robert. I took his class, and I've actually been at the range with you 3 times now.
Yes.
So I feel pretty good at myself. He does a good job.
And we're getting ready to do another one.
Actually, yes. It is sold out.
Say, unfortunately, it's sold out.
Unfortunately, it's sold out, but we are doing another one on September 5th.
Sure.
Yes, it's September 5th here at the Sugar Land office, and then we're going to the gun range. So it's sold out. So if you see this.
If you're one of the lucky agents who are watching this, can't wait to see you in September. We're going to have a good time.
With lunch as well. But so how do you? This is Kevin's Corner Real Estate from a marketing perspective. So we got to talk about marketing a little bit. So how do you market your business? How do you get in front of real estate agents?
Most of my business is through people like Stewart Title, where a title company is an organizer of the event. We get sponsors, and then those organizers, those title companies, those mortgage companies reach out to their agents who are selling homes, who they're doing business with. They invite them in, and then we then provide the service. Outside of that, I have a YouTube channel myself.
Yeah.
We have a website. We have lots of things that we do.
You're all over social media.
All over social media, networking.
But the things you guys got to understand, everybody's watching the podcast, is he doesn't just do this for Stewart Title or the real estate industry. You've done this for, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, for schools and for hospitals and for the Astros and for.
Yes, yeah, and we're getting ready to do one next week for Caterpillar.
Oh wow, the trucking.
The equipment company.
Equipment company.
Equipment company. We're doing an active shooter training for the Buffalo Soldiers Museum in downtown Houston, training their staff for a worst case scenario. We just did one for UT Health at Ben Taub for their physician's assistants and their nurses. So there's no demographic that we can't cover when it comes to teaching self-defense. And again, there's really no age that. But
everybody should learn some tough self-defense techniques. Well,
I think everybody wants to feel safer, and they realize that we don't live in a safe world,
especially now.
Even more so. But then, how do you learn something that's you can actually remember? That's the key for me. It's not learning. It's learning something you can remember under stress. And fortunately for you, you've done it enough times with me where you realize no matter how little I tell you, you remember it and you can repeat it over and over again. And that's what's important.
Well, and I know we're on a podcast, but there's been some situations since you've trained me and got me licensed that I was like, hey, well, okay, wait a minute. No, maybe that's not a good, because I'm like, if I didn't know about this stuff, my first reaction is to be Rambo, but you can't do that.
Well, nor should you.
No. And so, but I do carry my gun and I have it with me, but I'm confident that if I will only use it when it's necessary and I would do it in the right situation.
Well, and because you understand the law and you understand the consequences.
Yeah.
But you were asking about marketing, and for us, we market all the time. We have instructors across the city who are out doing marketing. We're on a real estate podcast, so we're talking about real estate specific topic. But if you had somebody else that, like, here's an example. I have a company that's a well-known company that you've heard about in the news. I can't mention their name, but you can jab it in your stomach to lose weight. Do you know the company?
Yeah.
I'm training their staff next month because their staff is 20 females who go from doctor's office to doctor's office to doctor's office, promoting this product to doctors.
Selling it to doctors. Yeah.
And they're hiring us to train their staff to make sure their staff is safe because some of the areas they go into are kind of sketchy. So if there's somebody out there, it doesn't matter what kind of business they have, we can help them with
And
training.
It doesn't have to be a business. I mean, Mr. and Mrs. Smith can call you up and say, hey, can you come help train me, myself, and my son?
100%.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So you don't have to be a business to hire this man. Yeah. If your family has a meeting and decides you guys want to learn as a family how to defend yourself, give the guy a call. I mean, he can.
And summertime is our busiest time. We trained close to 200 girls getting ready to leave to go to college on how to be safe and live on their own and go to college. That's a busy time. October is busy for us because October is Stand Up to Bully month. So we'll be spending. First month of school will be over. Kids will be getting bullied. We'll spend the whole month of October teaching kids what to do about being
I wish
bullied.
I knew you when I was in high school.
Yeah. well, I mean, I know we don't have time on the podcast, but I was bullied in school. That's what led me That's what led me into martial arts. The thing the catalyst for me to learn martial arts was being bullied at school, and I've been very fortunate to turn it into a profession.
Yeah,
and so I get to do what I love to do.
But there's Little bitty piece of you that would like to run into that guy again, wouldn't it?
No.
Oh, come on.
Nope. Nope.
I would mind. So, but
No.
is there anything else that you'd like to talk or tell the audience about Silverback? Anything new that might be coming up in the future? Things you're working on?
Yeah. So, if you easiest thing for you guys is if you ever go to our website under events, everything that's open to the public is listed.
Okay.
Big thing that we have coming up, September 30th, we have a knife fighting seminar. Now,
What is that?
yeah, that's my knife fighting instructor. His name is James Lee. He was actually just in the movie The Plane with Gerard Butler. So if you've seen the movie The Plane with Gerard Butler, my instructor was actually in that movie. He was one of the special forces guys with the 50 caliber Barrett sniper rifle shooting people through cars. He'll be in Houston on September 30th, and we're doing a knife fighting seminar. That means you have a knife, they have a knife, and you have to fight using a knife.
I don't think so.
Yeah, well, but the chances of you encountering a knife is 100 times more than your chances of encountering a gun.
Yeah.
And
No,
so,
I believe that.
And so understanding what to do, whether you're armed or not armed, is important.
Mm-hmm.
But the principles can also go with hand-to-hand and then weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And so understanding his style of teaching is the way of the weapon.
So now talk about real quick some of the other pieces of equipment that you can train somebody on and or sell them.
Yes.
Like tasers and so go ahead.
Okay.
Because I've seen all of his equipment. It's amazing.
Yeah. So I kind of said it really at the beginning. We have an entire line of non-lethal personal protection products, from stabbing devices that are non-lethal to pepper spray that's non-lethal to stun guns that are non-lethal. To tactical pens that are non-lethal that you can carry with you in your everyday world to make you safer for when you cannot carry your firearm. The object of carrying a non-lethal personal protection product is to be able to carry something where you can't carry something lethal, because it's not legal to carry a firearm everywhere.
Right.
And you can look at those. Those are on the website.
Okay. Awesome. And they're available to purchase, correct?
They are. And we ship
Awesome.
anywhere in the country.
Awesome. Tell everybody your web address, how to get a hold of you.
Okay. So it's Silverback, like the gorilla, hyphen, self.
here.
Yep. Silverback hyphen selfdefense.com. 713-894-6105 is the phone number. And if you search for Silverback Self Defense, we're on Instagram, we're on LinkedIn, and we have a YouTube channel. Look for the gorilla. Look for me. You'll see me. You'll see the gorilla. I modeled for the picture.
I was going to make a joke, but you did it anyway.
Yeah.
Give me your phone number one more time.
713-894-6105.
Awesome. Well, this is Robert Weber from Silverback Self Defense. We're going to take a quick break and bring in EB from Real Property Management Sugarland for segment number 2. We'll be right back.
Thanks, guys.